Hello everybody, it's the GenerallyGoodGamer here, and we're back with Gennal. Gennal is back with us. And also, we have Elarath Ranworth back. He disappeared at the end of last time, and it seems like he was sent to Purgatory, and has returned as he still has some jobs left to do on this mortal plane, including asking Dockmaster Lauren to see if there's any more oil over there. Oil to keep the lighthouse shining bright. So, Elarath, thank you. We'll accept that quest, and we will ask the mortals over yonder whether they have any supplies. And in addition, what we'll do is we'll follow this path round to the west and then south, and complete a couple of other quests there for Liam Greymane. That's the one. Well done. Well done, brain. Oh, enemies ahead. That is some loud rain. Now, I've been playing around with the audio settings a bit, so some of you may be able to tell. I didn't think I was such a perfectionist, and I'll never reach perfection, but hopefully we can reach a point where the audio levels are loud enough that, you know, we can enjoy it, and simultaneously not too loud that I can still be heard. So your input would be really useful, just so I have a better idea of these settings. I meant to polymorph this guy, definitely forgot. Oh, a lifesaver, absolute lifesaver there. This guy, Nordannar, is our saviour. Let's ask him if he'd like to band together. Fantastic. Well, Darian got there first. He is the rightful leader of this group, actually, so I do not mind. Gennal does not mind him taking the lead here. He's also a melee, so it does make sense for him to lead the charge. Gosh, that was a very bad idea. Oops. A few misclicks there. Please don't judge Gennal. It was all me. Did actually realise that we didn't be prepared, did we, Gennal? Some drinks would have been useful. Yeah, Gennal's happy to stay back just a little bit from Nordannar, from this Gremian Preserver. She's blushing tremendously at the little hiccup that she made at the beginning of the last encounter. She'll wait for her friend to heal. practicing a polymorph. Not necessary, but good to get the practice in. Surveying the land, Charles decided to turn left at this fork, as it seems like that's a dead end. It also seems like we're nearing the end of the Greymane campaign. And definitely still a bit to do. I wonder if we're going to supplant the current Greymane rulers in Greymane Keep before we leave this area. Maybe misunderstanding, but it seemed like there were a few different aristocrats, let's say, that were not vying as such, but all seemed to have some sort of stake or claim to the throne. And interestingly, I may be misinterpreting this totally, but they all seem to be. That's in the sort of the city hall, the town hall in Ravenshire, all next to each other, quite amicably. But it's likely I'm totally misunderstanding the relationship and the dynamics going on there. In Gennal's mind, it does seem like there are 3 nobles in that town hall, all with a claim to the Greymane throne, and that it's on her shoulders to choose to support one of those to take the throne. Now, Gennal may be misinformed and totally, she may be have read into things incorrectly. But in Gennal's mind, she is somewhat conflicted about who to choose. For her sake, we hope that it's not a choice she'll have to make. But she's leaning towards Liam because she thinks he's quite handsome. And she didn't quite like the guy who asked her to go and fetch him some nice, was it threads from spiders or something like that, to make a nice outfit. She thought that was a bit too vain. Let's ask our friend. John's just asking if he's all done, and it seems like he may be. Shall clear our way, clear a path back to safety together. Gennal does realise she's missing one more buff. Arcane Intellect. But she'll get there. She's got a bit more mana. There we go. Very good. Well, Darian definitely hits quite hard. We shall tell our friend... Actually, no, we're going the right way. We'll follow the road. Cross the bridge to the west and then head back down south. Ravenshire. Drink up first, return our mana, and I must say, Gennal's outfit is fantastic. It is minimalist, that is for certain, especially on the top half. It really does look great. Ooh, wow. A little bit of rubber banding there. Some fantastic gymnastic skills. Nandarian. Tauren warrior as well. Goodness me. Yes, that's it. Think twice, friend. Well, enemy. Okay, let's say goodbye to our friend. Farewell. What a good friend. You can always trust a paladin. Once again, solid evidence that the humans are reliable, trustworthy, hardy, good folk. And so now we return to Lord Darius, by the looks of it. Not before. Goodness me, that ogre ran a long way. So it's Lord Darius we return to, assaulting Freyshire Keep, as we just did with Nandarian, who clearly was sent on the same quest as us. Very good. Darius, we have culled those at Freyshire. Your actions have severely weakened the abilities of the Greymane in the eastern parts of the region. I must give my thanks for your work. Now we can focus our attentions on the final matters. The entirety of Gilneas stands at our side. The tyranny of the Royalists can no longer be allowed to stand. If this nation is to ever recover from the darkness, then we must hold fast and strike even faster still. The Greymane crown must be recovered if our dream is ever to be realized. Enter Gilneas city, fight your way through his most loyal soldiers, end the Harlows, and reclaim the Greymane birthright. A new king and a new beginning awaits us, Gennal. Goodness me. Alright, so we need to go into the city itself. There's some good rewards that he's offering us for doing so. You know, there's a bit of a incentive there. Very good. 1% of all damage dealt with a return as healing. I've not seen an equip ability like that. Well, in Classic. That's very good.
Have a good one.
Fantastic. And yeah, so in Gennal's head, she has to choose between Darius Ravenwood, Baron Caliban, Silverlane, and Liam Greymane. It is interesting that both these two, Baron and Lord, have the titles, and yet Liam does not, despite him being a prince, or... Interesting. So what's next? What have we got on our lists? We have a few things. We need to go to the Hinterlands, We need to go to... That is to Scarlet Monastery, in fact. And then we have this one here. Banish the widows that haunt Aliatan Anderson by lighting the campfire in the woods to the southwest near the town of Greyshire. Okay, the woods to the southwest. Is it around here? Should we have a look? Let's go explore. Tommy, you are required. And in addition, we should go down to here. I did forget to ask one of the dock workers perhaps if they have any oil available, any to spare for the ghostly friend sent back from purgatory that we bumped into. Let's find out. Thorin, you haven't anything to say to us despite the fact we did so much work for you. Let's double check just to make sure. I see. Visit the city called Theramore. I totally misread where we were asked to go to. There's no boat that docks here, is there? Doesn't look like it. Okay, so Theramore. Hinterlands. Badlands. Goodness me. Okay. Lord Pywood of Gilneas. I can't quite remember where that person was. Anyway, we'll run our way over to this area first. But Todd, many moons ago we said that we didn't have the time nor the capacity to take on your quest.
How are you?
Do you still need that crystal vein ore? Aye. Working with sturdy Gilnean ore is no small feat, let me tell you. There are times when I yearn for something more exotic, especially when the Greymane walls closed shut. Oh, the longing I felt, but now fate has smiled upon me. Finally, I've been given a chance to once again lay me hands, skilled hands, on those rare ores. There's one ore in particular that holds a special place in my heart, Crystal Vein. Back in the days of my apprenticeship, I had the honour of working with it. It was a beauty, I tell you, strong, durable, and a joy to forge. Having that ore by our side would be a true blessing for the rebellion. Sadly, Crystal Vein is a treasure found only in the distant lands of Stranglethorn. If, by some stroke of luck, you happen to set foot in Booty Bay, seek out a goblin by the name of Crank. He used to be my go-to supplier for that precious ore. Tell him I sent you, and maybe, just maybe, he'll be able to hook you up with some Crystal Vein once again. Okay, Todd. Yeah, we may head out that way. We seem to be sort of spread quite thinly right now, quest-wise, being sent all over Azeroth. So we may even get to Stranglethorn Vale. Larry, we have a few things to sell you. We have some armor, which I think you'll take. But we may have a bit of bread as well. I don't know if you want this or maybe your family, but we've got some soft banana bread here. Some red wolf meat, and yeah, another axe. I know you'll want that. What else? A gun. Yeah, I'm sure you can smelt that down. Moonberry juice, pretty good for the mana. I don't know if you use mana. I think you're probably not the type. Anyway, I think that's fine for now. We'll keep the rest. I'll see you later, Larry. / bye. Right. Let's see if we can free Aliatan from his misery, his haunting. We'll look around this area here and see if we can find him. Quite interested in this quest. I don't know where we picked it up. Lord Pyrewood of Gilneas. Not certain. I would have thought it'd be around here. In Ravenshire. Unless one of you saw a yellow question mark, I don't think I missed it. Sometimes, Gennal myself, we're a little bit tunnel-visioned. And it is entirely possible we've overlooked a person, clearly of quite some stature, a nobleman. Now, Gennal, keep your eyes peeled. We need to look out for... Well, what did you put in your notebook? Let's have a look. Yep, she's flipping through the pages. Okay, the Black Waltz, she's titled it. Right. Now, we need to go to the campsite that we apparently got the book from. Now, I do remember that there was a campsite. I don't remember quite where it was. I believe... Oh gosh, I was going to say there was a ghost, but it's not. There's the campsite. Aliatan's campfire. Okay, let's deal with this hungry wolf first. And then we'll turn our attention to the campsite. Right, Gennal's inspecting the site. She made a note that she had to light that which caused so much grief to begin with. Well, it already seems to be litten. It already seems to be lit. So Gennal, in RP, in lore, you're going to put the fire out, then relight it. Are you ready? Inspect the fire more closely. Goodness me. Gosh. Alright, so she begins with an interrupt of the nightmarish mind blast tether that she's currently casting on Gennal, causing Gennal to think the worst of thoughts, all of her terrible memories from her past, those that find it quite rightly hidden away from her to protect her, returning in this moment. But Gennal has successfully banished Willow. Well done. Okay, that one's complete. Once we go. Quickly now. Let's let Aliatan know of the good news. I'm sure he can already feel the good news. I'm certain that the nightmares will have faded completely by now. We stay on the main road, make sure we avoid any unwanted encounters. These are well-travelled grounds now, Gennal. We've been here for many days and many nights. This land no longer has quite the power over her that it once had. The fear and the dread that once continued with her in this land no longer do. They faded. And there is Ep.10. Ep.10. We have good news.
You need something?
I haven't felt the chill of death in over an hour. I think it worked. By all that's holy, I think it worked. Thank you so much. My life is my own once more. Wow. And he is saying thank you by giving us Gennal his family broom. Increases damage and healing done by magical spells and effects by 9. It's had 10 new handles and 16 new heads. But it has some quite good stats on it. Very good.
Safe travel.
Of course, Ep.10. Gennal replies. That is no problem whatsoever. We're glad that we could help you to get rid of that nightmarish fiend that's coloured your waking thoughts and mind. Well, ours has a lot more intellect on it. But what does this look like? Oh, it looks like a broom. Okay. Gil isn't okay with that, so no, she's not going to be equipping that one today. But Ep.10, thank you. It means a lot that you would give us such a cared for family heirloom. Goodbye. Right, we have thoughts about our next place to go. We have the Font of Arcana, so Badlands, Hinterlands, Booty Bay, Theramore, and the Legacy of Perinold. So, choices to be made. And so, Gennal has given it some thought. She's decided that her next point of order will be to hand in the Legacy of Perinold quest, and she made a small note in the margin, the diary, her log, her quest log, which stated that actually this Pyrewood fella, Lord Pyrewood, is she last saw him in Stormwind Keep, and so she has now teleported back because she is a fantastic mage and will head to Stormwind Keep now. Well, Gennal thought she heard someone calling her name, but alas, it was not so. By that I simply mean that we saw a yellow exclamation mark on the minimap. Ah, indeed, she did hear someone calling her voice, but through the portal. I saw us for Andromath. It has been a while. Ah, to Nethergard. Yes, you did previously ask us to go there. We will take the quest. We cannot guarantee we'll get there anytime soon, High Sorcerer, but if time allows for it, we shall. Gosh, it has been a while since Gennal has seen civilization. It's definitely been a while. Oh gosh. Well, we have some horrible people here. Murderers. They're just murderers. I mean, absolute weapons, but they are also murderers. Thankfully, the Alliance succeeded in overwhelming them. Well, we had a very nice Turtle WoW friend, Arend, A-R-E-N-D-T, who just healed us as well. Who very nicely resurrected us. And for doing so, quite rightly, we should bow in front of this absolute god. God, his gear is fantastic. It looks great. Goodness me, paladins. Once again, you can rely on a paladin. They are doing the light's work. That is for certain. Onwards we go. Continuing our journey. Stormwind Keep. It's always quite interesting to see the quests that are mentioned in Questy. And I'm quite, not clearly, but I am in two minds about Questy. It is good for a series like this. I do enjoy using it. I do like to do all the quests, but at the same time I miss out on the organic, the natural discovery that you get without it. But I overall think it does help this series. So for the time being, I'll keep it. Stormwind Keep in all its majesty. These ceilings are rather large, rather tall. Actually, I didn't quite notice that. Ivar Pyrewood. Ivar. We have information on Isidin Perinold. Yes, Isidin Perinold, the nephew king, Aidan Perinold, found himself in a precarious situation after Alterachi betrayed the alliance. In response to this dire circumstance, Isidin sought refuge in Gilneas. As the delicate issue of Alterachi's succession gained momentum, Isidin Perinold's quest for backing led him to detention of Gen Greymane. Recognizing the importance of this matter, King Greymane extended his support to Isidin, adding another layer of complexity to the unfolding events. Ultimately, Alterac was annexed by Strom and Lordaeron, but Isidin remained in Gilneas even after the closure of the Greymane Wall. I remember you telling me this last time, actually. As Ivar peruses the dossier, a palpable sense of disappointment fills his eyes. So it appears that Isidin has departed from Gilneas. Should he indeed have sought refuge in Tolbarad, we must resign ourselves to the grim possibility of his demise, for naught can withstand the harsh and unforgiving conditions of that island. Is that all? Gosh, I would have liked to follow up. Going to Tolbarad, that would have been okay by us. It's a land we've never ventured to. Anyway, farewell, Lord Ivar Pyrewood. I do note that you did not say farewell to us, so we're going to saunter off haughtily. Off we go. Right, okay, so next we can check that one off our list. Gennal has stricken it from her log. We have Fons Arcana, a bloody solution, Crystal Vein Ore, and the Gilneas Lighthouse. So onwards, we think to Stranglethorn. We shall get the Crystal Vein Ore. Another question I have for you, my loyal viewers, is I quite like keeping in the travel time, keeping in the parts of a video where you just traverse the world from one location to the next. I understand that can be, for some people, you know, it's not action heavy, but I don't think that's what this channel is for. I think the way that we play this game together and the way that we play Gennal is a more or less uncut sort of reduction all the way through. And, you know, there will be parts where we die and we cut that out, but for the most part, the journey time, the intended times of non-action, let's say, I think are important to keep in, as that's part of their journey. But what do you all think? I probably won't change my mind, because when I watch other videos of YouTubers that I enjoy, I like the fact that they travel, because it's not the thing that I'm primarily doing a lot of the times. I'm not solely watching their content, although I do focus on it. I may have something else on as well, or I may be doing a bit of work or whatever else, and so traveling to me is no hindrance at all. But what do you all think? I'm also interested to hear if there's anyone else like me that watches these videos in the same way that I do. I suppose that's something else we should plan in soon, is Gilneas City, the instance, the 5-man dungeon. Now I have done it before, and it's a good one. It is actually a very nice instance. It's all outdoors, despite the fact that actually you can't mount up in there, which is a frustration. It is a rather large instance, with many bosses, and I do enjoy it. I think we'll do it as a standalone episode, and yeah, I reckon we're at a good point to do it. We look like we've picked up, if not all, then the majority of quests for that area, but definitely the quests that are most pivotal to the main story of Gilneas. So doing that should finish off Gilneas questline. So I think what we'll do is we'll have Gennal complete these last 4 non-elite quests, and then we shall head into the city itself. And that will be Chronicles of Gilneas complete for now. I do wonder sometimes, will there be additions? Will they add extra quests with future patches? Might be a thing. They may determine that we've helped with the Gilneans to get a certain place. I don't quite know how the Gilneas questline finishes, actually. In fact, I have no idea. I've done the instance on a different character, but I didn't do any of the quests, and it was all Horde that I did previously. I do wonder, what state will we leave the Gilneans in by the end of this? Would it lead itself to additional quests in the future, or in additional patches? Anyway, we're already here. Fantastic. We are in Booty Bay, and Gennal will quickly check her log, but she thinks she remembers that she has to find someone named Crank. So she'll have a look around and see what she can find. Hello there, Gil. Hello. Oh, she knows that goblins like their drink, so she'll check in the Salty Sailor Tavern first. Look for this person, maybe on the bottom floor, the ground floor. Or one of these cabins. Nope, doesn't look like it. We're looking for someone named Crank. Have you heard of Crank? Yeah, he should be nearby. Ah, there he is. Crank Fizzlebub. Crank, we've been sent your way. Crystal Vein Ore, does that ring a bell? What? We all have profit to make, and we won't do it by standing idle. So the rumors are true. Gilneas is once again open for business. Ah, Todd, good old blacksmith, that one. He sure had a knack for working with those metals, I'll give him that. But here's the thing, I can't exactly fulfill his request for that ore he's after. It's a bit of a sticky situation, you see. The mine he's talking about, the Crystal Vein Mine, got itself overrun by those pesky basilisks. Nasty creatures they are, just one gaze from them, and poof, you are a crystal. So understandably, we goblins have been keeping our distance. But hey, if you're feeling either foolish or brave, and you're after clearing out the basilisks from that cave, well, we might just have ourselves a deal. You do the dirty work, and any ore you find there is yours to keep, fair and square. Mind ya, it's gotta fit in your backpack though, that's important, he's quite right. Can't have you lugging around mountains of the stuff. So what do you say, adventurer? You up for the challenge? If so, head northeast from here and you'll find the Crystal Vein Mine. Oh, thanks, Crank. That's good directions. Okay, we shall do so. Okay. And he marked it on our map for us. Very good of you, Crank. Thank you. So this Stranglethorn Vale, Gennal has been through it sparsely. She hasn't been all the way. She's been here. She doesn't know the town too well. She didn't stick around for a drink or two. No, nothing like that. But she has sojourned in the place, and she had a quick wander through just the one time. But wasn't here for long, as I say. She doesn't quite know the land and the area. She may have to ask for directions as she gets closer to the Crystal Vein Mine. In any case, that is something that we'll be doing next time. So we have reached the Cape of Stranglethorn, and next time we shall explore further into the north of Stranglethorn. So thank you very much for joining us today. Thank you for joining Gennal and myself. We've had a great time. We've helped Italian to rid himself of the nightmares, the waking nightmares that he had, and we are now in Stranglethorn Vale. I must say, the weather, Gennal is finding this contrast quite shocking. Absolutely. She already isn't wearing much for the top half. She may have to take off some of her bottom wear as well, because it is quite sticky in this humid environment. Anyway, that's enough for now. So thank you very much for joining us, and we shall see you all next time.